Hey traders, Mike Sir here. Welcome to my Trader Psychology live stream series where I help you with the mental side of trading. All right, today what we are going to talk about is trading addiction. Now, sometimes obviously you think of addiction is actually a bad thing, but for trading, it actually can be good in terms of addiction as long as you don't go too far. So what I'm going to do in today's live stream is I'm going to share with you some of the experiences I had in terms of being a trader addict, okay, being addicted to trading. Some of the good, some of the things that you need to be aware of, and obviously things that you should avoid. All right, let's get started. So just normal disclaimer, please consult your financial advisor before making financial decisions. All right. So what I'm going to share with you is I will very, very honestly tell you guys that I have been addicted to trading. I basically started off in 1999, so we're in what 24th year of trading, and I can tell you that there has been moments in my life that I have been addicted to trading, and it's mainly a lot of it is right in the beginning. So not when exactly when I first started, but probably when I decided to make trading a full time opportunity or full time income source. And I'll share with you is once I decided to focus on trading and basically look at this as a potential career, I basically dove head first. So I was very, very focused in terms of trading. I would live, eat, and breathe trading. And again, during this period of time, there was no YouTube, there's no a lot of the available resources that you have nowadays in terms of learning trading. I, kid you not, I devoured almost every single book at that time or during that early time period. Anything with regards to trading, anything with regards to investing. I tried many different methods, strategies, access to different people who were in the industry. I attended seminars, workshops. I was obsessed in terms of trying to master what this is so-called trading. I was trading, especially the U.S. and Canadian markets. So I'm here on the West Coast where I would wake up at 5 a.m. I would put my alarm, immediately get up, even though sometimes there's certain days that I just don't feel like it. I right at my computer by 5:30, by 6:30 the market opens. My eyes would be glued to the computer, and literally sometimes I would not leave my seat in my trading workstation unless I went to go get something to eat or went to the restroom. Literally, I was obsessed. I didn't want to miss any, like even 1 second or 1 minute in terms of trading. I would be watching my stocks like a hawk. I would be watching CNBC. I would be researching while I was not trading. Literally, trading consumed my life. And even on a Friday night, like I was in my mid 20s at that time, I was obsessed. Like Friday night, Saturday night, usually we go out with friends. I wouldn't go. I would stay home and basically research charts, look at hundreds of charts over the weekend to try to prepare for opportunities on Monday. So it got to a point where I lost friendships with people. The relationship that I was with, with my girlfriend at that time, now ex-girlfriend, is, where I had only one singular purpose, and that was to master trading. Now, the good part, okay, I'll just share with you. The good part is I learned trading really, really quickly. And that's kind of like my personality is whenever I want to learn something, I basically dive 100% or 110%, as you can, some people say. I become obsessed, where to a point where that's all you consume, or that's all you read and think about every single day. So I learned very, very quickly in terms of knowledge. I consumed a lot of different types of strategies, knowledge, everything, right? And as you know, knowledge does not equal success. And that's what I thought. Okay, well, if I had enough knowledge, then I would start being successful. And unfortunately, that was not the case. So I learned that aspect, um, is that I had almost this knowledge. And one thing that I started getting a little bit proud of myself, and somewhat surprising myself, is when I talk to people who've been working in the industry 10, 20 years. I could converse with them because I had the knowledge, but I didn't necessarily have the experience, right? But in terms of really, focusing, my knowledge of the financial markets basically went from very, very little to a lot. Now, how I can actually turn that knowledge into success or into experience is just takes time, right? So that's why I tried trading with all that new knowledge that I had, and literally, in the first few years, it was still a challenge. Like I had all this knowledge, but I couldn't translate it to trading success, and I just needed to make a lot of mistakes. Try some of the ideas, some of the things the knowledge that I had acquired through reading, through seminars, through talking to the people, and just try it for myself. And then over time, you start to realize, okay, certain things that you do very, very well, certain things that you don't do very, very well, or you do very, very poorly. So one thing that, kind of talked a little bit about the, being addicted, is in some sense good because it allows you to be able to learn something very, very quickly, and you're very, very focused, and it quite frankly led to where I am today, right? Because you can easily give up. So some of the benefits, right? You can learn very, very quickly, become very, very focused. You devour a lot of information, and then you got to a point where you have a lot of knowledge base. Now you got to have apply that experience. You make some trial and error, but then you kind of figure that out, and then you start realizing, okay, certain things are working for you, and then you become a success. Okay, so that's one of the great things of being addicted, right? To something, is that you consume things very, very quickly. Obviously, the thing that I couldn't control once you have some success is your trading. And this was a time where I was day trading, where I didn't know what my objective was in terms of trading. I would just basically trade for the sake of trading. Okay, I see this on trade. Okay, get in. Okay, I see the exit. I get out, and then I see another opportunity. I get in, and then I get out, and I get in and get out. So it leads to over trading. It leads to no purpose. Right? You don't have a purpose in terms of why you're trading, and what was your financial goal. I literally just was trading. Like there was time periods where I wasn't even looking at my P&L. It's just, okay, this great opportunity, get in, okay, get out. Now, the good part obviously is I'm not emotional about it, but the other aspect is just you're just trading for the sake of trading. And sometimes I sit in front of the computer, and until the market closes. The U.S. market closes, so you have a 6.5 hour time period where I ask myself, well, what did I just do? Like I just press buttons all day. What did I do? I didn't have a financial goal in mind. I just basically traded certain patterns or certain, looking at level twos or looking at the charts. I didn't really have a purpose. So then at the end of the trading day, like I feel exhausted, right, from staring at the computer all day, and there's no purpose. Like, yeah, okay, maybe on that day I lost money, or on that day I lost money, but there was no purpose. So that's where when you become addicted, is you just lose a sense of, well, what are you doing this for? What was the setup that you're looking for? Like you basically, when you're addict, like you just trade everything, right? Okay, trade this. Oh, this is moving. Okay, trade this. Okay, instead of being very selective in terms of what you are trading. The other aspect in terms of being very addicted is you're not even looking at your P&L. Like I said earlier, if I made money, sometimes I made 5 figures in one day. It didn't really impact me, or sometimes I lose 5 figures in one day. It didn't affect me at all as well. Obviously it affected me to a certain extent when I kind of think back at it, but at the time, so you lose a sort of sense of reality. You're just trading for the sake of trading, right? You're looking for the next high. You're looking for something that will get you engaged, right? Being an addict, right? To get off on that, right? So that's kind of where some of the bad downfalls of being addicted, right? Is you trade for the sake of trading, right? Instead of having a certain plan or having a certain objective in mind. The other thing is, when you trade for the sake of trading, you get this high. Is you get this instant gratification, right? Okay, you made money. Okay, now I gotta find the next opportunity, right? Now I got to make another profit, or now I got to make the bigger profits, right? Or if you lose, you say, "Oh, I don't want to lose," right? Right? I got to make back my losses, and so then you keep trading and trading, right? Whether it's good or bad. So that can sometimes lead to, if you are making money, is you're overconfident. Like there are time periods before when I was addicted, is I just press buttons not knowing that every button that I'm pressing could lead to hundreds, thousands of losses, right? Just by the press of a button. Or, in it's good, right? And there are time periods where I just wasn't even utilizing my knowledge or my experience and just clicking like not randomly, but in terms of certain trades that weren't high probability, but you just click for the sake of clicking to try to make money. And then time periods where I was doing this and I wasn't making money, right? I said, okay, wow, this is so easy. I'll keep clicking even more, right? But then it'll get to a certain point where this over trading and over clicking, right, leads to losses, right? Until until to a certain point where the losses actually affect you, right? And that's where you have to have your emotions in place, right? You need to be aware of, hey, you're just trading for the sake of trading, and you need and all these losses are piling, right? Um, Day after day, right? You're losing money. So it gets to a point where there's two things happen, right? One is you blow up your account, so you can't trade anymore. You have to put more money in. Or second is that you realize that, wow, all these losses, when you look back at it, are all piling up, and you need to stop, right? So one aspect of it is it's great to be really focused and wanting to improve your trading and really be what's the word uh, put in the work, right? And I've seen now sometimes lots of traders these days is they're not willing to put in the hard work, right, to learn and trade. They think, oh, you just watch some course, you watch some YouTube, you take some courses, and instantly, you will be successful. Well, you know, not to give you a reality check, but that's not that easy, right? It's not hard, but it's not that easy. So you don't realize that you actually put in all this hard work, right? Or I put in all this hard work to get to where I am today. So that's also where you need to be able to um, manage your emotions, right? Be able to recognize that, oh, you are getting a little bit too obsessed here, and it's time to take a step back, right? The other thing that I started also realizing when I was this trading addict is I was just literally bored. Like I had quit my corporate job, I was trading full time, and I was day trading, right? And after usually the first few hours in the trading day, there's not a lot of activity, right? Because the markets tend to slow down, and especially during that time, I was only trading the U.S. markets. Is you get bored, like you're sitting in front of your computer, yeah, you're watching some TV, you're doing some other stuff, but your friends are still at work, so you don't have anyone to talk to. And again, at this time, there wasn't all this social media, be able to engage and meet other traders, talk online, all that stuff. So I was bored, and that's where you get itchy fingers, and then you say, okay, well, you start clicking more buttons, and you start getting to trades that aren't moving, and then you take losses, and then it's a self-fulfilling prophecy, right? You get bored, and then you start to overtrade, and then obviously overtrade will lead to losses, all that stuff, right? So that's where, if you start getting bored, shut off the computer, do something else, right? Do things. Go watch some TV. Go out. Go out to grab something, or go do some shopping. All that stuff, right? So that way you're not again looking for that next hit, right? Next, because you're bored, right? You have to trade in order to make yourself not bored. Now, so I kind of talked a lot about things in terms of why being addicted to trading can be good. Addicted to trading cannot be good, right? The good and bad. So I'll share some ideas in terms of, and I kind of alluded to some of this already, is if you find yourself in some of the examples that I had given, okay, on the bad side, is when you don't want to fall into a trap where you're addicted to a level where trading can impact your life. Okay, number one thing, when you let's just say you did all your research, you did all your planning. When you're trading, you have to have a clear purpose. So if you're looking for a specific opportunity, okay, you did your research, you looked at your chart analysis, all that stuff, you did all that, and if the market doesn't show you that opportunity, don't do anything, right? Because you're just waiting for that particular setup to occur. If it didn't, you don't do anything, right? It's very simple. You don't do anything. And then sometimes you say to yourself, well, I did all this research and it didn't work, and the opportunity didn't appear. Well, okay, well, help save you some money, right? If it does, then great, right? You put this research, you waited for a certain setup, you saw it, okay, came, okay, press the button, okay, get in, okay, get to a certain level, get out, okay, profit, okay, that's it, that's your day, right? So you need to have a clear idea what you're looking for. Now, there will always be scenarios where you plan for something, didn't occur, and then suddenly you see something that you didn't necessarily prepare for. Okay. Now, obviously, this requires experience, right? And like myself, I've seen so many different scenarios where I can react quickly when I see certain things. Okay, hey, this was something that I traded before, and I seen this type of setup. So I'm looking for this type of setup in my mind. Oh, it did happen. Okay, now I get in. Okay, it's working. Okay, get to a certain level, get out. Okay, right? You can trade like that, but only until you get to a certain level of experience. You can't just, suddenly news appear, suddenly think some stocks shooting up like crazy. Okay, you hop on. Okay, but then by the time that you hopped on, it reversed and went down, and now you're lost, right? Stuff like that. So that's where you can stop yourself if you don't have the experience yet. Don't trade those opportunities that you haven't seen before. Okay, so you have certain objectives, certain goals in mind when you're looking for an opportunity to trade. The other thing, again, I said this so many times, is you got to know what your max loss is. So if you get to your maximum loss, so you determine, okay, I am today, or on this trade, I don't want to lose more than X amount of dollars. Once it gets to that amount of dollars for that day or for that week or for that month, you got to stop, right? You get out, get your stop loss, get out, and then shut off your computer. Okay, you incurred your max loss already. So that's where you can control your addiction, so that you don't keep sabotaging and keep trading your account if things are not working out. Also, I talked a lot about is you got to do your research. You got to keep your emotions under check. So you're always checking in. Okay, how am I feeling? And then and I'll be very very upfront too. Sometimes, yeah, I look for a certain opportunity. It's not there, right? And I force myself, and then I start talking to myself. I say, you know what? Hey, you're getting a little bit too excited here. You're getting a little bit too addicted here. You're trying this trade, forcing this trade so many times, and you talk to yourself and say, okay, listen, I got to stop, and then I stop, right? So you're always checking into your emotions, and there are many many time periods where I have to stop myself from doing certain stupid things because I started getting emotional. I started that addiction, right? Started getting into me. So then that's why I had to stop. Okay. And last thing I will share with you guys, I have worked with many, many trader addicts. Okay. If you can't control it, seek help, right? Seek professional help, work with coaches like myself where I can help you with your addiction, help you kind of redirect it in a more positive manner. And again, hold you accountable so that you don't overtrade, you don't do stupid things, you don't basically have your emotions get overwhelming you and get to a state where you basically sabotage yourself and just blow up your accounts. All right, guys, I hope you kind of took some of the things that I talked about in terms of trader addiction. And I want to be very, very clear. Trader addiction is not necessarily a bad thing. It's just in anything that you do is when you do it too much, or you think about something too much, or you put so much emphasis in one thing where it overwhelms you, then that is addiction, right? Where you can't think of anything else. So it's only triggering addiction is only bad when your other things suffer in life. Like if you can keep all your emotions under control, and you're constantly thinking about trading, you're constantly trying to improve, you're watching the market 24/7. I won't say 24/7, but you're watching the markets all the time, you're learning, you enjoy it, it's your passion, all that stuff. Great, right? As long as your personal life and your trading doesn't suffer. Like that's one thing that I really want to emphasize is trading addiction can be good. It can immediately lead to a lot of success. And most importantly, I can tell you that because of my addiction, in some sense, you could sort of say it's passion, right, for trading. That's why I'm still talking to you guys in terms of trading, because I love talking about trading. I love analyzing the markets. As long as it doesn't affect your personal life, and again lead to trading losses, or lead to in some form of harm, right, to your personal well-being and your health, all that type of stuff, trading addiction is good, right? All right, just a few questions here, Richard. Happy Sunday, Mike. Yeah, happy Sunday to you, Richard. It's awesome to attend your Sunday stream. The experience you can gather over the long years of trading is gift to me. Thanks for sharing, Mike. Okay, yeah, so there's no questions, but yeah, thank you so much, Richard, for your kind comments. All right, guys, next week we are going to talk about the acceptance of uncertainty in trading. Okay, the markets are very uncertain. Okay, how do you deal with it? How do you handle trading in a way where you just have to accept that there's no guarantee in trading, and that every day, all you're really trying to do every day is to speculate. It's to try to make a profit every day, every week, every month, every year. Like, how yet can you be comfortable with something that is very uncertain? Because some people can't. Some people want something guaranteed. And for those people who want something guaranteed, well, trading in the financial markets is not for you. However, for those who are comfortable with that, how can you utilize this uncertainty to actually help you in your trading. All right, guys. So we're going to talk about that next week. Thank you all so much for attending today's live stream. I will see you guys next week. Have a great day.